Many of you have already hit the road for your Memorial Day weekend travel, or maybe you're soon headed to the airport to get out of town. AAA projecting that this Memorial Day, nearly 44 million travelers will head 50 miles or more from home. Now, this is the first major holiday that's expected to surpass travel numbers from 2019. Experts say they think the post-pandemic travel increase and slightly lower gas prices are all contributing to this rise.
Memorial Day is considered the unofficial start of the summer travel season, so that will really kick things off in terms of summer travel. But as I've said, we've only seen travel rebounding and increasing after coming out of the pandemic, and that's across the board. We're talking about road trips, air travel, cruises especially have picked up substantially in the last year or so.
Looking beyond the weekend, AAA encouraging travelers to plan ahead as flights and hotels are booking more quickly for what could be a record-breaking year for summer travel. Leaders at Exit say they're feeling the rush too and recommend you arrive 2 hours before your flight this weekend especially.
Well, if a day out on the lake is part of your weekend plans, water safety leaders are urging you to be smart, especially if you're going to be out on a boat. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says the weather has contributed to higher water levels on the lake. Spokesperson Jay Townsend says the lake is 4 feet into its flood storage at a water level of 1,124. Well, with higher water levels, he says to keep it safe and boat in areas you are familiar with.
So you've just got a little bit of extra water there for folks to boat around on. But we still ask you to stick to areas that you're familiar with and the main channels, just so that you don't get too close to some of those edges where a few more things may be submerged.
And if you're not a fan of being on a moving object out on the water, no worries there. The Corps announced most of their swimming beaches that were once closed due to E. coli are now open again for swimming. Memorial Day marks, of course, the unofficial start of summer, but it's not just a time for cookouts and family gatherings. It's really a time for remembering fallen military members who served our country and protected our freedom. Well, today, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin delivered the commencement address over at the Naval Academy. Austin reminded the new ensigns and second lieutenants the war on terror is ongoing, with the USS Carney just back from the Middle East, where it shot down drones and missiles aimed at civilian ships and Israeli ones.